make it work. Right? See that? You got all that?
Yeah.
Got that? Now you put the thing of the crane. Done the back of the crane and everything.
Yeah.
It's got HMF 2000 on it. Now I'll fold the crane up and we'll do underneath the truck, right? And just cut it off now.
Who's talking?
Oh, you want me to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We've just noticed CMH's straight cut reinforcement. Over here we can see that there's no reinforcement around the hanger. It should have been pulled back and extended. There's no support around the hanger. The cut of the chassis rails right on the airbag, where we're pretty certain the VSB 6 states that a joint shouldn't be too close to a hanger or an airbag. You can also see over here, same thing, the reinforcement's been cut around the airbag, which defeats the purpose of having any reinforcement there. If I just shoot the camera around here, we can also see that there's no bolts placed in a cross member, and
Those bolts have come out. Right.
they've shot out. We get under the truck here and we can see that there's no bolts in the cross member, and as stated by engineers during court, I believe they've said how important a cross member's mounting is to a vehicle's chassis frame, and clearly stated that there's no bolts being placed, or if there has been bolts, they've sheared off. As we keep going through to the bottom of the chassis rail, we can see packers.
No welds.
No welds and packers put into the cross member.
And no bolts.
And if we show you up here, there's no bolts. And once again, as stated, engineers stated that the importance of a cross member being mounted in a truck chassis frame. You can see more here. You can see more over there. You can see that the reinforcement here has been done very, very poorly, and the join and you can see that the join has been placed right under a hanger, which is a critical stress point in the vehicle. Look, Charlie and I have been doing this I've been doing it for 15 years and Charlie's been doing it for over 30, and it's just poor workmanship, and I don't think that it meets up with VSB 6, and I think we need we need this to get looked at again, because it's just poor, very, very poor. And there's bolts missing everywhere.
You can't put the bolts through because the plate's on the outside.
And yeah, as Murph stated, we can't put any bolts through because there's a plate being put on the outside, so they haven't been drilled.
On both sides.
Yeah, there's just bolts missing everywhere.
It's the same with these here. You know, you've got two here that don't go through.
Yeah, they haven't been drilled through the reinforcement. There's only one bolt there holding that cross member in.
And the other one too.
And these are squeezing the chassis.
The same.
There's a squeeze in the chassis there with the cranes mounted. And yeah, like
They're too short and it's bending the chassis.
Like we said, the engineer stated the importance of mounting a cross member properly to a chassis frame, and it just doesn't appear to have been done properly here.
This one, that should be straight. Filming?
Say that one bar up the middle.
Yeah.
We don't believe that there's enough support under the crane.
Should be done on a cross, not a one up the middle.
And the crushing points are too short and they're crushing the chassis.
These here should be on an angle.
Should be on an angle.
All the way through.
Right. Yeah, we don't understand why they weren't followed all the way through.
One side shorter than the other.
Yes,
to see the
by an inch. Those bolts there,
They've sheared out those ones.
oh, they haven't even been drilled.
Yeah.
They haven't been drilled through.
Yeah.
That's the main structure to the crane, mate.
Yeah.
So virtually they got the whole back axle and the crane hanging on nothing.
Yeah, you mentioned about the power to thing ratio, whatever you...
Yeah, well, we think that the
Don't forget to tell them the axle's already broke out of there.
the airbags, the travel in this airbag is only 100 mil. If that, the travel in the lazy axle is 300 mil. I just don't think that geometry's, you know, going to work with itself. Yeah, I just don't believe it's a load sharing sort of setup. We've had the axle come out of it. Can't stop shearing the bolts. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with here. But our main concern is where the joins are.
And that's going to break out of it. That's broke out the door.
He's one-piece chassis.
One-piece chassis.
No way.
You can see the join just here, where Charlie's pointing, just there.
This man's never been underneath it.
And it's been ground back way too much. I think most of the strength's been taken off with the join. There's undercut in the weld. Yeah, look, it's just poor finish.
It is going to crack there, isn't it?
It's poor finish. A lot of the strength's been taken out, and you can definitely see it's not a one-piece chassis. Yeah, if we go back here to where the chassis is, you can definitely see it's not a one-piece chassis. It's been joined and ground back, and there's a bit of undercut in the weld.
Look, the weld's the wrong way.
Yeah,
It's all going to crack in there.
the welds are on the bottom of the cross members, which in the whole 15 years we've been building trucks and tray bodies, we've never welded there due to them cracking and breaking and carrying on.
Here's where the tray's joined here too, right
And
where
we've
the
got
joint of the chassis is.
We've got a join here in the tray,
Right where the chassis is.
right where the chassis is joined.
So all your weight.
Pause it from there. We've got more bolts
You can see here we got, you know, 2, 4, 6 bolts. No bolts over the hanger. No bolts there. And if we shift to the other side, shift to the other side here. We've got 2, 4, 6, and once again no bolts over there. And just look all the reinforcement. There's no point of putting reinforcement if you're going to cut around that hanger.
half a hole.
There's a half a hole there. So yeah, it's just poor. Very, very, very poor.
Can I be under the reinforcement plate? That cannot be cut around. It's clear to see that is not the right way.
Get over it.
Oh, just fucking